We get a lot of calls through the year, customers calling in after their window's installed to say, I have water droplets on the inside or the outside of our window. This is referred to as condensation. Depending on the time of year and when we installed the windows, you could see condensation on your windows during the first few months of the transition in seasons. We'll start with condensation on the inside of the window. Condensation is caused by high humidity. So on the inside of a home, if you notice water droplets or even water droplets around the outside corners of your window, that's where the coldest air inside the glass pane is in your window, because the air inside your argon-filled IG units is spinning, okay? And it forces the cold air to the corners. When you have high humidity in the house, cold air loses the humidity, just like in rain droplets when it falls, so it'll collect on the glass in those cold spots. You'll see it on the inside of a house, mainly in rooms with high humidity, kitchens, bathrooms. What it actually means is your window is doing a great job. There's no air movement, no air filter or air infiltration or any air circulation on the inside due to leaky windows. Heavy curtains around windows can trap that air between the glass and the inside of the room. So if you see condensation on the inside of the house, the best thing to do is to open curtains or heavy blinds and let the air around the window warm up in the morning. If you have a humidifier on the inside of the house, you need to set the humidifier down to about 25% in the wintertime. If you have too much humidity inside the house, you're going to get condensation all over the house in different rooms on different windows. Again, because there's too much humidity in the air, and when that air gets close to the window, which the glass would be cold because it's 32 degrees outside, it's going to cause the moisture and that warm air to release, and it's going to stick to your windows. If we install your windows late summer and we're moving into the colder, cooler nights, what we don't realize in this area of the country is our homes during the summer will start to retain moisture and heat in our woodwork, in our walls, and our sheetrock. So the first month or so, or 2 or 3 weeks where we're transitioning between seasons, you'll still have humidity that's trapped in that moisture. It's the same way as if you have trim around windows. In the winter time, you'll see the caulk lines start to shrink and crack. That's because all the moisture that was created during the hot, humid summers is now leaving your woodwork in your home and is causing those cracks and stuff in your interior caulking and your paint. So it's the same thing if you just let it go, let the house kind of regulate itself in that humidity, that moisture, that condensation will go away. Now, if you have condensation on the outside of your windows, this appears during the summertime, especially the spring, when we've had a cool night and the glass actually falls below the dew point of a very humid morning. You can have condensation collect on your windows. It'll go away once the sun comes up and the air starts to warm up. It's not a big deal. In certain issues or circumstances that we've seen is when you have a lot of vegetation and a low point around the house, plants hold on to moisture. So again, in that early spring, late fall, it's typically early spring, have very, very humid air, and that humid air will stay low on those windows trapped around that vegetation, or a condenser unit from your air conditioner, or even like a dryer vent that's down below where there's a lot of humidity coming out and it's lingering around that window. It'll cause condensation. Again, doesn't mean that your windows are defective. It just means you have a high concentrate of humidity around that window. And of course, if you ever have any more concerns, you can always call Energy Pro and we'll send somebody out.